Montgomery County area. This is 45 North in the Conroe area, where here's a better shot that we're getting right now of this slow speed chase. You can see many officers are behind that white pickup truck. You see the white pickup truck slowly creeping up 45 North.
Right.
And then on the other side is southbound traffic, all stopped and probably wondering what in the world is going on the other side right there on the screen. So there's the driver going very slowly. This is north of 242 at this point, probably north of 1488 or right at FM 1488. He has now stopped. This man, it seems like he's sort of stopped. He's going again.
Well, and we should mention, Natasha, that at some point, at least, this suspect was going about 10 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So that's just to give you an idea of just how slow this chase is, a very slow speed chase. You see officials there behind him. That is the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, as well as HPD, and also the Harris County Sheriff's Office. And they are also driving in the HOV lane. Again, they are trying to just keep people safe here. So you see the northbound lanes and the southbound lanes. The southbound lanes there, it appears that they are completely stopped. You see as officials are following, again, that white pickup truck. And as we mentioned here at the top, it looks like he's speeding up here. So we're continuing to watch this as Sky Eye is headed to this scene. This is Transtar here following this chase. He appears to stop and then pick up speed again. Does it appear that maybe one of his tires
I was
could
just
be out?
looking at that. I think you're right about that. It seems like the front driver's side wheel has some sort of issue. Maybe that's why he's been going so slowly this whole time. Now that we have a better view, we can deduct that from the situation. And it also seemed that he was moving around a little erratically in one shot from the shadow I was seeing inside this car. This is probably... Let's see, we're north of 1488 now. Yeah, it is a flat tire. Look at him stopping now, and the cruisers behind him also stopping.
Right.
A very sensitive situation because you have a man that police say does indeed have a gun inside this car. We're not sure if there's any other passengers, not sure what kind of situation he's either been in or trying to get into. So officers have to be very careful here, as you can see, and use a lot of caution and just wait. And you also have so many drivers on the southbound side here on 45, looking and wondering what's going on. So there's a lot of concern right here as we're watching this and wondering, what's going through this man's mind.
Right, and at first I thought that was the HOV lane, but that appears to be an official there just driving in the opposite direction again to make sure that everybody is safe on that side of the highway. Again, if you are just joining us, this is a slow speed chase now in Montgomery County. We should mention that it started out in Harris County. So behind that white pickup truck with an armed suspect, we're told, you see Harris County Sheriff's Office, also HPD, Montgomery County, all following this suspect. We are told that the driver of that pickup, which, by the way, has a flat tire there on the front driver tire, it is flat. We're told that that driver is indeed armed. So this is a very volatile situation that we are continuing to follow here.
Probably close to 45 minutes now. And this is north of Conroe. The screen says 45 North at River Plantation, just to kind of set the scene there. And this driver of this white pickup truck, police tried to pull him over. He refused to stop. And so the chase began in the city of Houston. Harris County Sheriff's Office got involved. And then, it blared into Montgomery County. So you have all of these agencies involved. And the driver, we know he has a gun. And we know one of his tires, the front end tire on the driver's side, he blew that tire. That's why he's going so slowly.
Possibly even the back tire as well.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. So you'd think you'd be coming to a stop soon, but police have to just wait, keep at bay. They've closed down both sides of the North Freeway for the public's safety.
And we should mention that we just learned that the southbound lanes,
but that could all bring us some clarity as to why he's running. But there's also the fact that maybe he was just leaving something that had just happened. He does have a gun. Police know this for some reason. Not sure if there's any communication with the driver and maybe 911. That happens a lot sometimes in these situations. We're waiting to hear those details. But boy, look at all the police involvement here from Harris County, Montgomery County, and HPD, just all grouped right behind this white truck, waiting to see what his next move is. And he's starting back up.
Right. And Natasha, I have to be honest with you. It looks like 3 tires actually may have a problem here. It looks like...
Yeah, that front one looks shredded.
Right. And we're looking at the 2 back tires, which also seem to be problematic here. This is very interesting. As we mentioned before, we've seen a few high-speed chases recently here in the Houston area that didn't lead to a good end. So they did shut down the northbound lanes here of 45. The southbound lanes have since reopened, and you have to only imagine that that is certainly a good idea. And you can see officials were just about to get out of the car, it appeared.
Yeah, it looked like
we saw
one
of them
was trying to get out.
Yeah,
and
the front
stopped.
door opening, and he jumped back in, and now they're continuing to follow this white pickup truck. There's the front tire shredded, as you mentioned.
You can really see it there.
And you can see authorities there on the feeder as well as they follow this very slow speed chase, 10 miles per hour, potentially even slower than that. It has come to a stop. Again, the driver said to be armed with a gun.
Not sure what he's up to, not sure if he's had any communication with dispatchers with 911 or with police officers when they tried to pull him over. So there's a lot of unknowns right now, but it seems like, you know, the officers behind that truck are really encroaching right now, but they have to keep their space because this man does indeed have a gun. Who knows what his motive is, if it's to in fact harm himself or to harm the police officers. So they have to keep at bay, keep a safe distance. Now we see a Texas trooper right there,
Sort of a
trying to
roadblock.
block the exit there on 45 North. So I know there's plenty of officers probably set up north of this situation to try to stop what could be happening. But with this slow speed, I mean, it's just unpredictable what this man is thinking. There's an officer that just got out of his
Just
vehicle.
jumped out of the car, so we'll see how this plays out.
Several officers are getting outside of their car right now.
The suspect has stopped.
One of them drawing their gun. We're just going
few
to
of them.
watch and see what's happening right now. It seems that this driver's totally stopped.
And we do have Don Armstrong now in Sky Eye. Don, can you hear us?
Yes, I can, Samika and Natasha. And as you can see, police are holding back the traffic here as you approach Crichton. I understand that the vehicle here is over the river at River Plantation. And as you can see, a large presence here with police. We're not quite there yet. Our camera is zoomed in as far as we can get, but we're approaching at 100 miles an hour, so we should be there.
Is how it began. But as you see here, he is still sitting there inside the truck. You've got just a phalanx of officers there behind him and alongside. As you mentioned, Natasha, now traffic moving on the other side, but clearly it has come to an absolute standstill here as they wait for him to get out of that truck.
You just got to wonder what's going on.
Yeah.
And there's just those unknowns about who knows what happened at that apartment complex. So you were saying the Cypress Station apartments. So there was some sort of situation there involving the driver of this truck. And then he ran from police. So who knows if there was an argument
Right.
with a loved one or someone else. And then this happened. So police officers trying to figure out what this man's next move is. But obviously not a good situation. And the driver of this vehicle not in the right state of mind, and who knows what his next move could be with the gun that he has inside of his car. Police trying to talk with him more than likely right now, but also have to keep at bay. They have to keep their distance. Injured, you see other SWAT officers moving in, and they were at a different position just to be, you know, on the safe side.
Now, Don Armstrong has been above the scene the entire time. Don, what can you tell us? When did this happen?
This happened just seconds ago. Within the last 60 seconds, he opened the door, came out with his hands up. Police zoomed in on him. He immediately went down to the ground on his own, hands and legs spread, and they encountered him. They put handcuffs on him. They are now searching him. And this scene, I am glad to say, is safely over with.
Now, Don, we can see all these officers around him in tactical gear. Are these the folks that jumped out of the SWAT trucks, or where did they come from?
Yes, this is from the SWAT trucks that you see here right in front of the white pickup truck that he was driving at a slow speed chase for over an hour this morning. And all of the SWAT officers there in camouflage gear, they came rushing up when he came out of the car with his hands up. He did not have a weapon in his hands, went immediately to the ground on his own, and they managed to put the handcuffs on him, search him, and there he is sitting right now.